Welcome to Shepherd's Coffee Talk. Kathy Donovan and I are talking to a very special guest today about the challenges people have who have lost their hair through just natural process or illness, and we have some great tips.
Julie Booker is our guest. Her company is I'm Still Me, which is just a beautiful name because, look, we all define how we look in part by our hair.
Yeah.
I've always felt so badly for guys who had, losing your hair is a natural part of life, but we put so much pressure on ourselves, right? As human beings. And I know for women, it makes us feel feminine. So Julie, you have a great business. We want to find out more about that, but we want a little of your story too, and how you came to be this person who helps people who are losing their hair with wigs, which is the greatest gift ever.
I had cancer in 2011, and I lost my hair through chemo, and unfortunately it didn't grow back. But you know what? I don't have cancer, so that's a great thing, and this is a positive thing. And I wear a wig to this day, so I knew I wanted to contribute back to the breast cancer and cancer community, and I felt that this is a good way that I could do that. So I deliver wigs to people's houses, so that they don't have to go to a salon.
Not only does she deliver wigs to people's houses, Marlene, she goes in an unmarked car. So it looks like your friend is popping in.
Yes, well, I want people to be more comfortable so that they don't have to go to a salon, which can be intimidating when you've lost your hair. When you lose your hair, it can be very devastating, and sometimes it's more upsetting than actually having a cancer diagnosis or alopecia or thinning hairs. Losing your hair is part of your identity, particularly if you're female. So we do it in a relaxed environment in your home, and you can have as many friends as you like, your family, and we can have some fun, and we can try on lots of different hairstyles, and we can have a chuckle and a giggle, and we do have lots of giggles.
You make it sound like, I mean, let's do that, right? You make it sound like that sounds like fun. But for women, particularly over the years, this has not been a great experience.
No.
Going to some strange place, trying on hair that isn't yours, and then you have to go to the stylist to get the thing styled. So you were telling me that you bring in many styles for people to try on, which is also kind of fun.
But
talk about that.
It is, and it is a hurdle for many women. It is a hurdle, and it can be very daunting. And I have dealt with ladies who are very, very emotionally distraught about this, and I don't underestimate that at all. But we do it gently, we do it softly, and we've had many dances, say yes to the wig, and it's always very emotional, and it is always a good experience, and everybody always ends up in tears, but tears of joy, tears of joy, and it can be a great experience. And let's face it, always have good hair.
Well, exactly. I was going to say, I mean, look at her hair.
So how long does it take you in the morning when you get up?
I pop it on.
You just pop it on.
Pop it on and brush it, and away we go.
That's
literally.
Does it feel light?
It feels very light, very breathable. I lost my mum in '87, and she passed away with cancer. And she didn't wear her wig because back in those days it was terribly uncomfortable, very unbreathable, very poorly constructed. Nowadays they're wonderfully constructed. They're so comfortable. Yes, you have to get used to it, absolutely. Right. But I find it's a mindset. It's going to make you feel better. If you look in a mirror, you see a reflection in a car window, in a shop window. If you see hair, you're going to see health, and you're going to see yourself. So that's why I say I'm still me. I'm Julie. I'm not cancer. I'm not alopecia. I'm not thinning hair. I'm myself.
You're a superstar, Julie Booker.
No, I'm not that. But at the time I was 46. I wasn't 94. I didn't want to have no hair for the rest of my life, and I didn't want to think of myself as a person who needed to shy away. And I didn't want people to look at me in the grocery store with a pitying gaze, with a scarf on. I wanted to see health, and I wanted to reflect health.
One of the things that you told me, which I found very inspiring, Marlene, is that you didn't focus on cancer. You focused on your family. You focused on life. You focused on what was in front of you.
Yes.
And I think that accounts for the, you know, the tremendous joy I feel that you have in doing what you do, because you realized you focus this way and you can help other people do the same thing. It's fantastic. So talk about how you determine what style of hair you want to have, or how does a
were you
person
blonde
know?
before?
Yeah.
I had highlighted hair.
Okay.
Because I had very fine hair,
Yeah.
and I had highlighted hair. So I was a dark blonde, but I have got some growth that has come back, but it's very Spartan over my head, and it grew back black actually. And my hairdresser said, "What the heck is this?" But it's not enough to cover my head. Otherwise, I totally would have gone with a pixie cut. I wish I could have done that, but no, I was a dark blonde, but heavily highlighted.
Well, this color suits you, and this style suits you. So
you.
when people are trying on wigs, like different styles, just talk about some of the different ways we can buy wigs, because they're already styled, right?
The synthetic wigs are already styled, but they're very, very easy to take care of. And I do recommend that for people who undergo chemotherapy and have lost their hair for a short period of time, because you're not going to wear a wig for a long period of time. They're so easy to take care of. Human hair wigs require a lot of maintenance in comparison. They're much more expensive. And these are so easy to wear. I have no maintenance at all. Literally, I pop it on and I go out of the door and woof, there we are.
And it looks very natural.
It
When I
does.
first met you, I had no idea you had a wig on.
Kidding.
Everybody knows.
Even the whole the part and everything.
Yes, the part you can't tell, because it's the right colouring for me, that's why. And you find that out by trying wigs on and seeing which fits with your complexion. And I have no problem with my clients trying on as many as they feel they want to. And I have a feeling what looks good for somebody, but invariably they would like to have fun and try on a few.
No,
And I have no problem
so
with
easy.
that.
So easy to try on all kinds of different styles,
And it's
right?
fun.
Yeah.
And I have 2 redheads and 2 dark blonde kids, and I've tried red. It definitely doesn't suit me. Definitely not at all.
Not your thing?
No,
That's okay.
Well, it's not that I wouldn't wear it. It's just it doesn't suit me. And a dark wig doesn't suit me either.
Well, it's the same thing that Shepherd's does for ladies with clothing. You know,
Absolutely.
this is what works for your shape. This is what works for your skin tone.
Yes.
And you know, the thing is, it's not superficial. We sometimes talk about fashion and this type of thing as superficial, but it's not. It's deeply meaningful
It
to feel
is.
whole as a human being.
Absolutely. And if you know what, if you go around with hair on as opposed to a scarf, you carry yourself differently. You feel differently about yourself. You don't see yourself as sick. You don't see yourself that you have to hide away. You feel confident. You feel back to yourself. And there's so much to be said for that. So I am the most privileged person that I'm able to go out to these ladies, and it's me who benefits. It's much more than them. I don't charge to go and see somebody. I've spent hours with people, and I love it. And the wigs are the same price that they would pay in the salon. So I do it purely because I absolutely am passionate about this cause. I want to help people feel better about themselves. So.
Healing with wigs, Marlene, who knew?
Well, unfortunately, you're only here in Ottawa, even though people across Canada can see this, but I'm sure there's people possibly in their areas, but they can always contact you, Julie.
Thank you very much for joining
Thank you
us.
for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
Thank you.